All right, let's try out some Enigmatic Incarnation. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature with mana value equal to 1 plus the enchantment's mana value and put it onto the battlefield. So this turns enchantments into creatures. So we've got a bunch of 2 mana things and a bunch of 3 mana things to fetch with them. Got a handful of 3 mana enchantments and a handful of 4 mana creatures. And then for the situations where we get multiple incarnations in play, we got a handful of 5s here at the very top end. One thing that's kind of neat about this deck that we haven't played with in this archetype before when we played it in the past is Moon-Blessed Cleric here. So this enters the battlefield, you could search your library for an enchantment and put it on top. So we basically have 8 virtual copies of Enigmatic Incarnation in this deck. You can also search up, removal spells or utility like Rest in Peace or Meathook Massacre. So let's pop on into some games with this and see how it goes. Did they spoil Elvish Mystic? I'm going to be honest, I haven't been following the anthology stuff. I figured I'd just look at it when we get the whole list. Do we have a whole list yet? Does anybody have is there a spoilers so far being managed on a website somewhere? Anybody have a link? There's a leaked list. Ship it. Love me some leaks. Where's the leaked list, chat? Stop holding out on me. Liam Wanderer, Slaughter Games, Supreme Verdict, Shadowboard Apostle, Elvish Mystic, Favorite Hoplite, Titan Strength, Battlewise Hoplite, Searing Blood. Ooh, and Soul Artifact's a big deal. Darksteel Citadel. They're giving us Siege Rhino. Rally the Ancestors. Ooh, Hangerback Walker 2 and Tireless Striker. Man, the Explorer Anthology is kind of a banger. The historic one's kind of crappy. Night of Soul's Betrayal, Glimpse the Unthinkable, Phyrexian Metamorph, Avis and Hope, MH2 Artifact lands, Retrofitter Foundry. Alright, so as 10 common lands. Yeah, the historic one is... No, the historic one is cube filler, chat. That's what's going on with the historic. For anybody that's looking at the historic one and wondering why it exists, it's literally cube filler. Oh, I should have played this last turn because I didn't have second white. It's a mistake on my part. My brain, this was white while I was reading the list. I am not surprised we didn't get, or Super Dead either. I am not surprised we didn't get Treasure Cruise because I would bet Delve is a logistical programming issue problem they need to solve. I am surprised we didn't get Monastery Swiftspear. Monastery Swiftspear seems like really low-hanging fruit that should be easy to implement, and they just didn't. All right, let's add a command and put it in the stream title, huh? Hey, Pierogi. Thanks for the 17 months. Welcome back. Hope you feel better soon. I mean, nobody's gonna buy an anthology because of, nobody's gonna buy an anthology because of, Taylor Swift-Spear. She's gonna be an uncommon. Hey, glad you're having fun with Snap. Yeah, Snap's core gameplay loop is honestly one of the best new card game core gameplay loops I've touched in a long time. Or did I typo anthology? Teamer Battle Rage is probably not a relevant added card, no? Grab our Enigmatic Incarnation here and go to work. Time to go to work. We just like tapped land Deputy the Cat's here. I think that's the line. I suppose I could have also Incarnation fished up Night of Autumn. Yeah, Hangerback Walker and Scissors are both great additions. Hardened Scales is definitely something we want to explore. Renin 7 Azeka's Chariot. That's cheating, chat. Alright, are we dead, fam? I think we're dead, fam. I guess we have night for this, but then we gotta try and figure out a way to beat these. Well, do we give him another turn with these and Glasspool the Deputy? We could do that. Let's do that. Get rid of our friends here. Yes, Battle Rage occasionally sees play in more combo-focused decks. Oh, that's an incredible draw. So we send these here, and then we get to Meathook for 3, and then Meathook turns into Night of Autumn. Again, you're confused, Drunk Owl. The Historic Anthology is not for people playing Historic. The historic anthology is for people, is for Cube. It's a Cube anthology. This is that's the dirty little secret Canadian bacon that most Shadow players are too proud to admit. Grixis Shadow is always a combo deck. Always has been .meme. Draw Watery Grave. This is a little greedy because I wanted the Chupacabra plus the Omen to be able to use my Incarnation, but now we get the Chupacabra. We get to attack this. We get to sack this. And copy the Knight of Autumn. Kill the Rangers class. My Chupacabra is hungry, chat. There's some scavenging ooze on the menu. Got me. I'll leave the Triomes in my deck, actually, because I, have all my colors here, and if we draw a Triome, I would like to be able to cycle it. I don't think that's true. I think the Explorer Anthology has a lot of genuinely good cards in it, and the Explorer Anthology is almost assuredly going to impact Historic. Because remember, all the Explorer cards are also Historic legal. I think I'm entering tapped with this, and we are Glasspool Mimicking the Chupacabra, so we can attack them this turn. We played the Azeka's Chariot out into the face-up Yorion. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off for him here. Now, something to note about Yorion blinking clones. The clones will not be able to copy anything they are entering play alongside of. So if I want to copy my Chupacabra with both of these, for example, I'm going to need to leave the Chupacabra in play. This might just be like a Omen of the Sea angle. We'll copy this twice. Kill the cats, naturalize that. So long, friends. Game of third. And see, chat, this match so far is a fantastic summary about why decks like this feel so incredibly good to play. This match has lasted 15 minutes so far. And the game I lost lasted 2.5 minutes, and the game I won lasted 12 minutes. So even though my record currently is 1-1, the amount of time I've spent winning is far longer than the amount of time I've spent losing. That's kind of the psychology around control decks like that is a big part of why blue-white control and stuff like that is so popular, even when they're not good, because like they feel good at an emotional level to play. This is untapped. I could keep this. We go like Utopia into Kaya, but I think I have to mulligan. This mana base though. White sorcerer in this mana base. I took this is a net deck. So I took someone else's mana base, which is maybe a mistake for a 4-color deck. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 21 white. We're just a little unlucky. Just a little unlucky. Werewolf pack leader's a little ambitious, friend. Cleric is kind of gas. Having 8 Enigmatic Incarnations is kind of correct. What are we getting here? What do we think of just getting another Moon-Blessed Cleric to get another Enigmatic Incarnation? Yo, dog, I heard you like Enigmatic Incarnation, so now your Enigmatic Incarnation can draw you Enigmatic Incarnation. I'm a little sad Court of Calling didn't make it into either of the anthologies. Playing decks like this is always a good reminder that toolbox decks are so much fun. Oh my gosh, I tapped my white land. What a tilter. That's fine. Alright, what are we doing with this? We could just Renegade Rallier. Grab the Omen back. Could also Deputy. I kind of don't mind getting Renegade Rallier going. Think I'm into either of those. I mean, the Theros set did have the Theros set did have Uro in it. Scavengling Ooze. Let's read. Infinite creatures in the bin for Scavengling Ooze. Meathook not taking that one out. Sounds like a job for Skyclave Apparition. Let's get up to 6/6 this turn. We didn't get Reflector Mage either in this anthology. It's another one that's a little sad to be missing. Wait, they emptied the bin, so I could technically copy this Renegade Rallier again. I don't think I'm into that though. We're just doing this. Okay, well now we just clean their board out, right? You'll like do this, grab Skyclave, exile the Ooze, sacrifice this one, grab Deputy, exile the token. I did not shoot the sheriff, but we shot the tree. Do 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 do. We'll play another Ren in 7 and make another Tree Folk, and then we get to Yorion. You have bravely fought my Skyclave. Okay, so I don't want to trade with Rallier because I want to blink it with Yorion. Or turn off auto-order trigger abilities here. Oh. Do I greed and try and hit the untapped land? Sure do. Ever didn't have it indeed. So, Yorion happens. Renegade Rallier brings back Spirited Companion. Deputy ices the token. This draws Omen of the Sea. I actually want to leave Knight in my deck because I'd like to tutor it up to gain some life here. So we'll sack Omen. We'll grab a Knight of Autumn to gain 4 life. We'll sack Spirited Companion. We'll get Glasspool Mimic. We'll copy Renegade Rallier. We'll bring back Spirited Companion. It's a circus of value. Are we done here, friendo? Cue the carnival music, chat. The circus is here. What a beautiful series of into the graveyards, out of the graveyards, into the graveyards, out of the graveyards. Say is beautiful indeed. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna tippity-tap land with Woodland Cemetery on 1, so that way if we draw any untapped land, we can Urban Utopia on 2. We've really been kind of unlucky with these buddy lands. There aren't that many in the deck. There's only, I got 1, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6. I guess there's 8 of them. Okay, with turn 1 basic mountain Kumano, I want to just go tapped land here now, right? I don't think it's worth shocking to play this sooner. Chalice isn't playable. Chalice doesn't matter. Exile a 3/3, convert 1/2/2 into another 2/2. Losing Rallier is a little sad. Yeah, maybe if Brainstorm was still legal, we could talk about Bruno, but Brainstorm is decidedly not legal. Yeah, people in general are really bad at parsing power level of cards being contextual. All right, we have 1 main deck Meathook Massacre, chat. Hi ho, it's off to Cleve we go. Do, 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 do. All right, mopey 4-color deck, not good into mono red. Somebody write that down. It might be important later. Okay, so 2 3s in. Honestly, Charlotte of Ambition probably out. Board up our removal Dorko. I like all of our 5s. They're all pretty big bombs in this matchup. Urban Utopia. Don't have time to pay 2 and not impact the board. It's so hard to tell if conservative politicians in my country are fucking idiots or if they're actually just trying to generate engagement on social media by pretending to be fucking idiots. But there's a tweet that appears to currently be going viral from one saying there are no pronouns in the Constitution. And for those that aren't familiar, the American Constitution, the first line is "We the people." If I recall correctly, it's actually literally the first word. it's actually literally the first word. Honestly, when you hear them speak, it makes sense why conservatives are so opposed to public education, because they clearly aren't educated. That's why they view education as a liberal tool, because people that have an ounce of thought in their brain aren't conservatives in the modern society. Yeah, pronouns are just a way for them to generate a culture war and be hostile towards a type of person that they don't like, is 100% correct. It doesn't matter what the reality is or what the definition of a pronoun is. Being upset with pronouns is a dog whistle for being hostile towards trans people, which is currently the group that they are being the largest amount of bigoted towards. By gaining 3 with the Spirited Companion. Let's say no. I might regret that decision. The Meathook Massacre. That's a pretty good draw. Okay, so I think we go Tippity Tapped Land into Skyclave, the Rampaging Ferocodon. So we'll block all of these because we're meat hooking for 3 next turn anyways. They do get 2 1/1s here. Ones are scary when they attack for 3 chat. Hey, what's going on, Malone? Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream today. We're hanging out, playing some Explorer today. Go ahead and deputy these, and then we'll Moon-Blessed Cleric up a, what's going on, Jake Bakey? We're just grabbing Incarnation here.
Dead.
Dead? Don't be dead. I like Jacob. I like Jacob alive.
No, don't. The chair is dead.
Oh, the chair's dead. Okay, good.
Yeah, and also the chair in timeout. And also the chair in timeout. Chair, get in your timeout corner. What? It been mean today at school. What?
Den of the Bugbear is red.
Hey, do you want to hear a joke, Daddy?
What's your joke, Jacob?
Well, why do you call a card in this game we got 9 HP? A 9-bit cuckoo!
Do I leave myself dead to a shock?
No.
I guess we go to 5.
Oh no, you got 5.
Oh, we do gain a little bit of life back. Let's try to forget about that.
Oh no, we get 7 HP. Oh no, we get 7 HP. Oh no.
Jacob is actually a real life reenactment of Twitch chat playing against Mono Red, for anybody wondering.
What that even mean? Daddy, what that even mean?
Don't worry about it.
Tell me, please.
Alright, so putting a 4-cost thing under Skyclave is like not amazing, but it's the hand we've been dealt.
Wait, I wonder.
Our deputy is in the bin already, so this token could be problematic.
So, Daddy, you play Pokemon?
Hold on, buddy. Any 2-mana enchantment would be ideal here. Oh, them having another Den of the Bugbear is just like actually worst case scenario.
Hey, Daddy, I got a question.
What's up, bud?
So, do you ever play with somebody in Pokemon with night? It is suspicious. Maybe because they got a dark secret or something.
The suspicious people?
Yeah, hiding from the government. Maybe breaking one of the walls. Printing money. Only the government could do bad, not regular people.
Alright, and then we were at 1.
1 HP. Wait. So
We are dead. That's a shame. I almost had a shot there.
Ah!
That draw is just really, really good into our couple of lands here at the end. If we'd have hit a 2-mana enchantment on the turn prior, we had a real shot there because we would have been able to copy the Knight of Autumn to gain 4.
Whoa, that's cool.
That's a dragon pet.
What do?
Just sits on your board.
Oh, that is cool. That is cool.
My solo queue teammates are printing money instead of rotating dread. Your teammates not rotating a dread are definitely doing something illegal.
Yeah, illegal to society. If that even was, right? That was is something illegal to society. What it means is people live in society. It's in society.
Do you live in society?
Yes.
I live in a society.
Yeah, society of good people and bad people who break the laws and don't care what they do, and even steal jewelry. And that's all we got.
The reading Tolsimir pause there from the opponent.
Yeah, no sun and crumble and no ball because you make him born because yeah, moms and dads you have to
Listen, buddy. It doesn't matter who your mom or dad are. If you make bad choices, that's on you.
Yeah, but
It's not your mom and dad's fault when you make bad choices.
no.
Jacob, we're Democrats. We believe in personal accountability. We don't blame other people for the mistakes that we make, okay?
Yeah, I got a question. So what happens if turkeys blows up in the wall?
Jacob 2040.
They got running
He's right. My mistakes are completely my mom's fault.
Hey, I got a question. So what happens if Pokemon Unite versus this card game? Who will win in a fight?
Well, it looks like we're playing against the Abzan Red decks. You're going to want our graveyard hate in the post-board games here.
And I want the Power decks.
Is Glasspool Mimic a spell or a land?
Oh,
I
wait.
think it's a spell.
I think it's spell land. Yeah, it is spell.
It actually is a spell land, Jakey. So you gotta pick which of the 2 modes you want to do.
Oh, how about spell?
I think we're gonna do the spell mode, yeah.
But I know what to do. To crack, I'm gonna crack this. I go. See, look at him. I think his only weakness is McDonald's. I think his only weakness is McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's.
Alright, that's an Azeka's chariot. At least it's not a boat.
Yeah, her weakness is McDonald's too. Get it?
Morning, Zach.
They went to hold the oldest story of Snowland. Okay, but this time, there was a whole of the oldest story of Wetty.
You know what I would like to do, Chad? I would like to exile target player's graveyard.
Hey, do you want to hear the oldest story of Wetty?
Your graveyard. Please exile. Thanks.
Once a time ago, we're Arceus was walking through the woods. It was about a mysterious Arceus.
Okay, I think I want to Omen before I decide if we're blocking with this, so I can see what's on top of our deck to make an informed decision here. I don't think I really have time to Moon-Blessed Cleric. Okay, Jacob, I love you, but you can't just sit there and talk constantly while Dad's working, okay? Okay, give me a hug. Go.
Can I play outside?
Can you play outside? You need to ask Mommy, okay? Mommy's upstairs in charge right now.
Going to key, kids.
Oh, Mommy's dropping off Haley? Well, you need to wait till Mommy gets back then, okay? Because you can't be outside while Dad's down here. Just block here. I could be right to take it so we could Glasspool Mimic this next turn. If I play this and they don't have a Doom Blade, it leaves us in a pretty good spot, right? They crew this, they attack with everything. I block, I take 3. If they have a Doom Blade, we die here. Oh, I didn't do this math. This leaves us just dead to anything that crews it. You need 1 more point of life to stabilize. Stupid shock lands. So close to pulling that out. Trial of Ambition seems really mediocre against their deck. Reidane and Spellbinder aren't really meaningful disruption. Othakai is fine, kills the rat. I don't need all the meat hooks with the Moon-Blessed Clerics. Trim around the edges here for the last couple. You keep Rallier with the Rip stuff. Yeah, it's 1 card. Like, Rallier with Rip is basically like a nod to the fact that, like, if we have Rest in Peace in play, we should be far enough ahead that we can afford to draw 3 mana 3/2. It's gonna have Moowiz, 6 for 37 months. And if we don't have Rest in Peace in play, we'll probably want to be able to fish up the Rallier at various points. Just taking the spells out of their graveyard. Nation on top of our deck. I think with Hearst in play, I don't need to fish up Rest in Peace. I like the idea of this Abzan Greasefang deck, but I don't think I'd play, like, bad cards like these. Like, Raffine's Informant is probably fine, but... potential to get ourselves in trouble if they have, like, a Fatal Push here, but... doesn't look like they have it, thankfully. I think they didn't realize we could crew and then block and then make it bigger. They were surprised by how large it was, chat. Three pretty good spells in our hand here. Joke's on you, opponent. I didn't have any enchantments to sacrifice anyways. This Besiege You means that I get to cast a 5-drop next turn, right? I have all my colors right. This doesn't matter. Witherbloom Command kills hate cards. A neat take. I don't think I wanted Tolsimir kill the supplier. I think I was gonna cycle this. Yeah, I'm gonna pass and cycle this too. We're not really under a fast clock. I can kind of spin my tires a little bit for a second here. Rewarded, waiting on the Tolsimir. I plan to blink Tolsimir next turn anyway, so I think we just block the wolf here. Do I just do... Maybe we just Chupacabra plus Skyclave this turn? I think with Skyclave, I'm going to be a little cheeky here. And I'm going to go ahead and exile the Stitcher supplier first. So that way, when I blink this next turn to take the chariot, I give them a 1/1 back instead of giving them a 4/4. We kind of need to draw we kind of need to draw one of our pieces of Graveyard Hate or a 2-mana enchantment so we can fish up our Graveyard Hate. We'll take a crack for 4 here from the Chariot. Hey, Magus, thanks for taking the time to drop that Prime off again. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Take the hit here, plenty healthy. If we attack, so we'll just jam this. I plan to play this deck till I get bored, Wargy. This deck's got a lot going on, so usually it's a good one for a longer session. So I think we get rid of the Chariot. And we Chupacabra the 3/2, and then Tolsimir enters, and we eat a 2/2. They do just have, like, the Perihelion ticking time bomb in their bin, though. So, like, until we find a piece of graveyard hate, just like any rat off the top puts us into a really bad spot. We're definitely ahead at the moment, but one top deck changes that drastically. I feel like I should play this out, even though I don't currently have any enchantments for it, because they play Thoughtseize. I guess we haven't seen any Thoughtseize in this game, though, and this exposes it to something like Boseiju. Let's chill on the Skyclave for now. With the Yorion, at least, we only take 9 from an attack from this, because we get to block one of the 4/4s, and then we can Apparition the Rat the following turn. Apologies for the somewhat eerie silence, just Magic Arena things. Wait, someone said the leaked anthology cards were found from the game files. Does that mean there's no client patch tomorrow? Are we not getting a bug fix? Is the audio bug going to continue to exist for another month? Is that... It feels like that's what's implied, right? Oh, wow. They pick up Boseiju with Witherbloom Command. That's so good. We knew that was a risk. Marvel Snap and Pokemon Unite both had bugs that were kind of annoying that they had in their most recent patch, and they both repatched within a week to fix them. It's amazing what you can do when you actually give a shit about the product you're producing. It depends on how it's programmed, Spellslinger. You could definitely set it up so it's just like a server side switch you flip. This attack feels like their last card might be another Chariot. But definitely taking the block here. Okay, so we've drawn 10 lands and they've drawn 5. I guess they've besieged us twice. We've drawn 8 lands and they've drawn 5. All right, they found a removal spell for our Yorion, which means if they find a rat, this game's going to be OVER. Oh, we did cycle 2 Tricycle lands too. Okay, so we have actually drawn 11 lands. Because we have 11 in play, they gave us 2, we cycled 2. Good beats. That can be anything, chat. Even another land. Is it even worth it to buy the historic anthology with this list of cards? Like, I'm not even sure we're gonna play any of these cards. I guess it depends on which ones are mythics, because mythic wild cards are my bottleneck. But looking at it, it feels like I might not even buy the historic anthology. I might just craft the couple of rares or whatever that are in it. Like maybe Metamorph is playable. But like Chalice of the Void is not a playable card. I bet that's one of the mythics. They do have Thought Season against us postboard. Are they exiling a 3/3 so they can start attacking here? Oh, they're exiling a 2/2 to get a 4/4. Sure, upgrade. Yeah, we're actually pretty fortunate they haven't drawn a rat in 37 cards. We also, like, haven't drawn a Rest in Peace or our card to search for Rest in Peace in, you know, almost 30 cards ourselves, but... Is Moon-Blessed Cleric better than a random? Probably. It's such a slow burn. I'm gonna bottom here. Finished. Well, the anthology cards won't be in booster packs, Linux. Yeah, I have a huge cache of rare wild cards, so whether or not I buy the historic one will 100% depend on whether or not what the mythics look like. Oh, good God, man. Even got punished for sacking the Omen at their turn by drawing exactly Renegade Rallier. Not that it's right to wait to sacrifice it, but just pretty big feels bad, man. I wish I could see how I'd sideboard it, because I don't remember if I have Meathooks in my deck too. I think I have Meathook Massacres in my deck too. If I recall correctly. Also just like haven't drawn any of those in however many cards we are. And we're at a point where Rest in Peace doesn't do anything, right? We're just dead on board. I can block 3 things and I take 3. Like, I know my opponent was a little bit unlucky in the fact that, like, it took them forever to find a rat this game, but, like, they actually only had 7 lands. I guess they connived 2 or 3 times, but, like, we cycled some lands, too. Just, like, so much more mana than them. Lands are such a shit system. They don't communicate clearly with their player base, Wargy. thing you need to understand about Wizards of the Coast is they firmly believe in treating their players like mushrooms. You gotta keep them in the dark and feed them a steady stream of shit for a diet. Clear, concise communication is not their strong suit. I'm really surprised we haven't seen any red-black today. Been played for over an hour. That matchup's probably pretty good for this deck. Peak Magic Arena matchup variants. Good matchup against best deck in format. Play 5 matches, never find it. Ow! Ow! Magic's a fun game, and lands are a good system. They create interesting gameplay and a dynamic experience for both players. That's true. We are at least drawing a spell next turn. Big boot. Apex. Thanks for the half year. Welcome back. It's fine, chat. I understand as a content producer, it's really important that I get mana screwed on stream because half the reason most people watch is to see that I suffer the same way they suffer. Magic players are masochists. They want to know that other people experience the same bad beats that they do. I don't know. Maybe they don't deserve this amount of goodwill, but I think it's fair to say Wizards is at least smart enough to not put Blood Moon into Historic. Hopefully I don't eat crow on that a year from now, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they at least understand that would be an incredibly stupid decision. That is potentially very famous last words, I agree. Alright, blink my lightning helix. I mean, all things considered, our opponent's mono red draw has been like pretty bad here. We just blinked an Oathakaya, so like, sign me up. That's true. I think, okay, so rephrase. I do actually think in the long term, we'll probably get Blood Moon because all of Modern making it to Arena, I think, is almost an assuredly guaranteed thing. But before we get to the Blood Moon portion of Modern, we'll almost assuredly have things like fetch lands and stuff. So that way, when Blood Moon gets here, we'll just be like, well, of course Blood Moon's here, this format is Modern. Alright, don't burn me out next turn. Am I dead yet? I'm not dead yet! I'm not dead yet! Knew there was gain life somewhere in this text box. I haven't fully taken the time to read Elder Gargaroth, but gain life was in there somewhere. Alright, I believe we have stabilized. Gosh, even a land killed us last turn because of the Ramanap runes. Sometimes lucky. Alright, well, this was the right line last turn. It's just the right line again this turn. Chat, making up for that resource variance earlier by fading draws against mono red. Some cheap cards, got the Rested Piece, got the Sprawls. It's probably fine. When the Yorion attack, they could have blocked the Gargoth. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with Yorion to force the Gargoth block. It actually just doesn't matter though. All roads were leading towards Rome there. Yarok, I don't need that many 5s. Even if it does lifelink, the other 5s also gain life. Think I keep. Our mana base definitely doesn't do us any favors in this matchup. Wow.
Who needs a plan? Just improvise.
That's what we're doing, Chandra. Improvising. Oh, you know what? I should have shocked in the Overgrown Tomb, so that way if I draw an untapped non-green land that doesn't hurt me, I don't have to take 2 to play Tolsimir next turn.
This is a fun idea.
As for bad play, chat. Justice in my Magic the Gathering? More likely than you think.
Come on, Chandra. think of something good.
Step on my moon boy.
Ooh, payback's gonna be spicy.
Actually, don't have any force worth getting, so I'm gonna decline on this. Draw the old Yorion here. So now we can Tolsimir, fight the Soulscar Mage, sack the Othakaya, grab Chupacabra, kill the Bone Crusher Giant, give him the old stink eye. Alright, so we're done here. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Ba da do 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 do. I'll come back. Chupacabra that. We get to deputy that. Keep that one. Submit 0. Chupacabra eats it. We sacrifice this. I'm gonna Glasspool Mimic and do it again? Well, I guess I don't want to give him the F pieces back. The rest of these can go away, though. This gains 3, and then it blinks it again, so it sets up to gain another 3 next turn. Alright, chat, our deck was really good there. So I'm going to go ahead and restart the client so we can all have a little bit of audio as a treat for the deck's good behavior. Such a good little explorer deck. You have audio for a game or two. We tried BlueStacks. Yeah, we did. Believe it or not, the mobile version of Magic the Gathering Arena is a larger steaming pile of garbage than the desktop version of Magic Arena. I have actually never played a modern mobile game that has as bad of a mobile client as Magic the Gathering Arena does. The low frame rate and awful amounts of anti-aliasing making every card look super pixelated is completely embarrassing and unacceptable. I play a lot of different mobile games, chat. Magic Arena is easily the worst modern mobile client I have ever used. And it's not particularly close. It's functional for playing games of Magic, is like the only kind thing you could say about it. Barely hit that. Just grab Rest in Peace here. We do. Is there any sort of statement about the audio? You must have been here earlier. You must have not been here earlier when I was talking about WotC keeping their players in the dark and feeding them bullshit. So to answer your question more pointedly, no. There's been no communication about it. Glasspool. The Moon-Blessed Cleric here. Hey, we have 2 3/2s now. I get to block some 5/6s.
I am not frightened by you.
And cage the elephant here. Meteor Golem. Is this Othakaya the Karn angle? It might be an Othakaya the Karn angle, huh? Just get him out of here before he draws another card.
Do not pity me.
We double block, take 5. Oh, Rest in Peace keeps the old growth troll from happening too, is pretty good. Alright, let's Spirited Companion. I think the leaked anthology is like exactly what I was expecting, Beck. It's a bunch of cube cards for the historic one, and it's a bunch of playable cards for the Explorer one. So I assume we're losing the Enigmatic Incarnation here, but this will fish up another one next turn. Honestly, I think even calling it a brawl anthology is being a little generous. Just big cube energy. Start here and see what we get. Piece of candy is what we get, chat. Likes to shatter you, please. This layer of the Hydra can abyss us here. They didn't abyss me. Yeah, no blocks. Go to 2. Your deck ain't got any burn spells in it. You can go to 2 and be plenty happy about that. Moon-Blessed Cleric. I think we're fishing up another incarnation at this point. Do I sack the rest in peace at this point? It's bad if they draw exactly Storm the Festival, but like they're through 2 storms, they're through a bunch of old growth trolls, they're through most of the Cavaliers. I think our Graveyard Hate has lived out its usefulness here. I want a chump blocker. I'm gonna grab Callous Bloodmage and make a pest. Probably should have attacked them. Just start closing the game out. It sees the writing on the walls. Smart. So, the 1 rest in peace was obviously good there. I don't think I want additional ones. Let's like grab the 1 when it's good. I think Meathook's probably similar. It's probably not good enough that I want to draw a bunch of it, but I might want to fish it up on occasion. Reidane seems good. They have a lot of non-creature spells that cost 4+ that this will make more expensive. Bring in Deputy to clean up tokens or bigger things on occasion. That's all. Just a couple of small changes here. This matchup seems okay for us to begin with.
Into battle.
I do have a toddler that sometimes takes over my keyboard, puppy. Or leave my phone unlocked in my pocket. It's a walking in my pocket. Oh, you know what? I should have taken the Temple Garden as the second white. Mistakes were made.
We will not fail.
Probably not gonna matter. feeling kind of dead. You're fine, puppies, if it is. Is 7 lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have a ramp spell this turn. The Stomper can attack.
Until you have lived as a statue, do not talk to me of pigeons.
Karn's pigeon statue commentary there, chat, is his way of telling you he's used to getting shit on. Whatever you're into, Card, I don't judge. Karn's a kinky golem, chat. There's a lot of acceleration for our opponent.
I defy God. Defying you will be easy.
They have 4 mana this turn, so they're lacking of food. They still have 4 mana.
Let's get moving.
Well, Incarnation. I think we're getting... Do we get Reidane? I kind of want to get Reidane. I guess they already have 6 mana in play, though. So, like, any untapped land lets them play Nissa anyways. Yeah, I mean, disregard what the anthologies are named. The Explorer anthology is going to have an impact in both formats.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
Oh man, did they not have a land? We're gonna get punished for not getting Reidane.
Rise, my elemental friend.
I don't think they had a land. Brutal. He's tapped. Oof. Okay, so do we Utopia and Yorion, or do we Tolsimir kill the Ender's Conclave? Coming to Utopia. I mean, slow dripping all the anthology cards is way more profitable for them. So yeah, that's almost assuredly what they'll do. We'll turn this into Deputy and grab the Nissa.
Fight on without me.
Or Explorer and Pioneer. If you're familiar with Modern, Pioneer is basically a fresher Modern. It's a non-rotating format that starts at Return to Ravnica and forward. And then Explorer is like a Magic Arena version of Pioneer because Magic Arena is a half-finished product that's missing a lot of cards.
One drop ripples and grows.
All right, so Tolsimir killing the Enclave here means that their Stomper is further away from getting to do a thing. It's also missing key features like audio more after the dot. Big true. Listen here, punks. I can't listen. There's no audio. Clear into Storm is pretty good. Let's unlock the Stomper this turn.
I will not lose another friend.
Definitely feels like we just got bigger fished here. So what if we Glasspool Mimic the Moon-Blessed Cleric? The fact that I don't have like a binding of the old gods to go get here in situations like this seems kind of bad. Okay. I really wish we just like had some kind of piece of point removal to go find. Copy Deputy. Grab the old growth trolls, but definitely still behind at this point. Our Incarnation needs another card with it. We've had a lot of games today with this deck where we've had an Incarnation and nothing to do with it.
True goodness can never be corrupted.
Your Golem just yet this game? They have not. So I assume this is murdering my Deputy to get the Renissa back. I'm gonna flicker Cleric and put a cantrip on top. Do I want a cantrip and not my Enigmatic Incarnation? Oh god. And then they draw infinite cards for the Great Hedges too. Yeah, we're done here. Alright, I'm gonna try one more with this, but I think I'm pretty confident that this build is much worse than the last one that we played. The Moon-Blessed Clerics have felt kind of good, but this build being overall a good bit smaller and not having things like Binding of the Old Gods and more 4 and 5 drops has felt to us lacking in a lot of these games that we've played. Hey, Otts, thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, it feels like we just, this build just doesn't appropriately lean into how big this archetype could go. It's like a smaller version of the go over the top decks is just like super in the middle, kind of not doing anything great. For people that aren't familiar with the other variation of Enigmatic Incarnation I'm referring to, if you look back on the YouTube channel in the Explorer playlist there, we played it, I think it was like the end of May, so it was a couple months back. It was the last time we got around to it. It's, last time we played a build that had 4 Binding of the Old Gods in it for more generic interaction, and that also gave us more 4-mana enchantments to be turning into bigger plays. Think I'd rather kill the Fable than the Oni Cult Anvil to start. It's close though. We'll clean up both of them eventually. Knight's almost a clean answer to Fable. It kills the enchantment and then it blocks the 2/2 and it leaves them with the treasure token. I feel like that's about as close as you can get to one for winning that card outside of a counter spell or a discard spell. That's an incredible draw. This morning's going to be a shorter Magic stream since we've got anthologies dropping tomorrow and these formats are going to be changing a little bit. If you want extra Magic content from me tomorrow, I'm planning to stream Magic from about 10 when the patch drops until at least 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If we have a decent viewer count tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to plan to go longer till about 5 or 6. If you're one of my regulars, you want a few extra decks tomorrow, make sure you make time to drop by the live one. Yes, I guess we have to deal with Mayhem Devil first. Yeah, it's the only Magic deck I'm playing today, Flight Forward. I'm gonna swap over to Snap after we're done with this one. Plan to do at least 3 decks tomorrow. We might do 4 or 5, depending on what metrics look like. And we'll do 3 on Friday as well. Oh, feeling dead, man? Our mana base has also been incredibly painful today. 4 colors with lots of shocks. We basically started every game at like 14 to 16. Being on the draw didn't help this particular game at all. We just waited sort of a catch-up mechanic from here. Meathook Massacre, not even just for the sweeper, but also because they have a lot of stuff dying to give us triggers on this. Yasharn's obviously great here. Spellbinder and Reidane come out. X1 Callous Bloodmage comes out. Trial of Ambition, not very good. I guess we'll bring in Skyclave. Rest in Peace doesn't stop most of their stuff. They're not dice triggers, they're sacrifice triggers. So I guess what do I bring back in for the last few? Speed Destiny Spinner is like a blocker we can sacrifice later. Because it's an enchantment creature, it blinds up into there. 2/2's okay. I am not surprised to not see Delve cards because if you've ever used the Titan's Nest interface on Magic Arena, you know that it's absolute dog water. So you like the fact that they didn't add those because they don't have a good user experience for casting popular cards doesn't surprise me. I would bet the lack of cruise and dig are almost assuredly a interface didn't have time to figure this out consideration. Slow and steady, Corel. Slow and steady. Emphasis on the slow. That's true. It could be done like Escape, you would think. But the poor interface on Titan's Nest would seem to disagree with you. Seeing that they have Duress in their deck against us, I'm going to play the Incarnation out, even though we don't currently have anything to sacrifice, because they have another discard spell. I don't want to get caught with it in my hand. I love an endless supply of 2-mana enchantments, shit. That sounds absolutely lovely. Put the Witch's Ovens into timeout here. Tough game, really. A lot of back and forth, interesting decisions on both players' parts. You guy, you guard the ovens. Yep. Duress me, daddy. I should have outplayed the Duress chat and bottomed the Omen and kept the Tolsimir. Mistakes were made. Marvel Snap as the most addicting gameplay loop of any card game I've ever touched. Emulating a poker-type experience without needing to gamble real money, combined with the fact that the games are fast and punchy, is a really good combination. Playing a bit of it really highlights the fact how glacially slow Magic's gameplay is. The lack of waiting for your turn, generally speaking, goes a long way towards keeping you engaged. Oh, I hope they stop dragging their feet and get full open beta soon, so you just tell people, hey, go download it and try it, you'll like it. There's really something to, especially for adult gamers, games like Snap and Pokemon Unite, where you have predictable game length, too. Like, when I fire up a game of Snap, I know I'm going to be done in less than 5 minutes, so, like, if something comes up, I can go do that after my game is done without having to bail out early. They're no longer under duress. The way they're just doing nothing and not drawing the Wellspring implies they have a removal spell here, right? Yes, but also no. Only get to play one of these cards here, which is good for us. If WotC made a separate Magic Arena queue with a more aggressive match clock and shorter turn timer, I would never play anything else ever. They've already played 3 Duresses, chat. What are the odds they have a 4th to punish me not playing this turn? Is there a number greater than 100%? What's going on, Tecto? Thanks for the sub. Welcome to the channel this morning. Wouldn't be able to be without folks like you. Also, I'd like to say just an extra shout out and thank you to all of the regulars that, like, dropped their Prime sub off while I was on vacation earlier this month, or waited to drop it back off at the channel for after I was back. That was actually the first time I've taken, it was 5 days in a row off in like 3+ years of streaming. And to give you context for what that means in this industry, taking 5 days off looks like it cost me about 150 subscribers for the month. So I really do appreciate the folks that kept their support up despite the fact that I was off for a little bit. We take the land, we incarnation, we turn this into a Glasspool Mimic and Chupacabra the Devil. Yeah, I agree. I was surprised that I only lost 150. I was expecting it to be closer to 200 to 300. You have any faith they'll improve upon the monetization in Snap? I think they'll reduce the total price of the Nexus events by some degree. Thanks for the sub-gift, JRC. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. I think they'll make the price point of the Nexus events cheaper, but overall, I assume the game will remain at its core. Predatory monetization setup, just like Magic Arena and every other digital card game is. To set an incredibly low bar for what it's worth, Snap's free-to-play experience is better than Magic Arena's free-to-play experience, even without changing their monetization at all. But that's also, like, an incredibly low bar to try and clear. Magic Arena is, like, a decidedly not free-to-play friendly application. You'll realistically be able to have a 100% complete collection in Snap without spending any money long-term. And that's basically unattainable in Arena with the rate that they give you things and how many different things they pump out. We in garbage time here? Feels like we're in garbage time here. Yeah, but realistically, how much drafting can you do without... Let's say you're an average player. How much drafting can you do on Magic Arena with a 45% win rate? Or even a 50% win rate? That's not a lot, right? And for my next trick, I have yet another Chupacabra. What's going on, Adi? Thanks for the half a year Prime. Welcome back. If you're not winning at all, you get 2.5 drafts per week. Okay, but what is it assuming that you're doing to get 2.5 drafts? Does getting 2.5 drafts per week assume you're playing a bad constructed deck to hit the max free-to-play rewards every day on top of that? So you have to, like, if your goal is only drafting, you have to, like, play a bunch of bad Magic that you probably don't like to get 2.5 drafts per week? Alright, I'm gonna do one more with this. I don't know if this build is optimal, but I do like Enigmatic Incarnation. Yeah, but you have to realize, my dear old friend, spending $20 a month on Magic Arena drafts makes you solidly a dolphin. Most people don't spend anything on these games. Oh yeah, you have to also actually be winning games to get the award, the free-to-play currency on Magic Arena, right? You can't even just be playing. I actually think that's another thing Marvel Snap does really well. All of their I said I'm gonna play one more, but I'm not playing against mono blue counter spells, so I'm gonna take a mulligan on my one more. Apologies for anybody that annoys, but I won't be happy playing that match, so we're gonna skip it. Sorry, one of the things Snap does really well is all of their, like, daily gold and stuff that you win for the most part doesn't involve actually winning games. There's like a very small number that flip up at random, but almost all of them don't involve actually winning. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Before we switch over to Snap, should we record an anthology card review? That's probably something I want to put on YouTube anyways. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's play this last match, and then let's do an anthology card review off of the leaked list. If the leaked list ends up not being true, we'll just say it was a fun thought exercise. But I think it's almost assured that a couple people in chat said they validated the game files as well. I think we're just looking for lands, right? Is this the Gear Hulk deck? This matchup's gotta be bad for us, right? I guess we have Rest in Peace. Oh, I should chuck this into player on Jawari Disruption. Don't make me play the post mana leak land of shame. Oh no, chat. The post mana leak land drop of shame. 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 My favorite was when I used to play Legacy and like you'd see your opponent like slump into their chair, kind of realizing that, oh, I could have played my land before I got dazed. Okay, just a Sublime Epiphany. Yeah, at least with my shock land, I have the cop-out of I didn't want to pay 2 life for no reason. Definitely should have paid 2 life for the Reidane. We'd have been so far ahead. I mean, at least grab Knight of Autumn here to shatter one of their friends. Probably a little torched at this point, though, in this game. And they shocked in their 8th land, so we're definitely dead to Magma Opus. Oh, Bye. All right, so definitely a Rest in Peace, Unlicensed Hearse, Destiny Spinner matchup. Skyclave, largely bad here. We'll take a Deputy of Detention. Yasharn, I think, is not useful. Honestly, all of our top ends probably bad here. Maybe leaving one Gargaroth as a banger to go get on occasion. Othakaya is not particularly good. Meathook Massacre is unnecessary. Rest of this seems fine. I think if we have our Graveyard Hate, we have a pretty good shot in this matchup, Beck. And if I would have shocked to play around the Censor, the Reidane probably would have won us that first game. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines! I would like to bluff one mystical dispute, please. Our opponent isn't too commanding about our unlicensed Hearse here. Yeah, I mean, Rest in Peace doesn't beat their deck entirely on its own, but Rest in Peace in conjunction with Pressure and other cards definitely can. Like, the opponent's deck, it definitely isn't Dredge, right? It's not like we cast Rest in Peace and they concede the game. But, like, Rest in Peace turns off decidedly their most powerful axis of attack. Which is meaningful. So, Rallier obviously doesn't trigger here at the moment, but we can blink it with Yorion next turn to trigger it. Probably gonna die to Gear Hulk before that happens, though. The opponent's archetype is very good if you haven't seen it before. We played it on stream, I think it was late last week. You can find it on the playlist on my YouTube channel. Yeah, this is the power, right? They get to put 2 Gear Hulks into play here. That's just as unbeatable with the Opus and others in their bin. Overall, I think this build of Enigmatic Incarnation was much worse than the ones that we've played in the past. It felt like the person that was tuning this build, like, took the deck that we've played before. Do I have it in here? I don't. It's on YouTube. So, the other build we played in the past has a couple more 4s and 5s in it, and it plays Binding of the Old Gods. And this build basically tried to take the curve and pull it down a little bit. Was it there? Oh, I do. Incarnation. I didn't call it Enigmatic. So this is Yes. Okay, so this is the build we had played previously, and I like this configuration a lot better. It has stuff like Binding of the Old Gods, it has Elspeth's Nightmare. I will say the D&D card that fishes an enchantment out of our deck definitely felt good in that other build, and I would probably work 2 to 3 copies of it into here just so we hit Enigmatic Incarnation a little bit more consistently. Yeah, getting to play like a main deck Rest in Peace like we had 4 in the sideboard here, obviously for the graveyard decks, that was really good. So I think I would fit a couple of Moon Priests into here. I don't think I'd play 4 because drawing multiples of them is clunky, because while it is searching for a key bullet, it is technically card disadvantage because you have to wait a turn to draw it, and you don't want to draw that many just generic 3/2s. But I think at a minimum I want 2. I would probably try 3. Maybe you trim like Meathook since you'll have Moon Priest to tutor it up, and then you like slide a Rest in Peace into the main deck. But I think this slightly bigger build overall with Binding is definitely what I would what I would prefer for the Incarnation archetype. All right, let's do an anthology card review, huh?